Hello all, and welcome to tonight's beer review, which I am dubbing the Bud Light Platinum beer review. Not because I'm going to be reviewing Bud Light Platinum, but because I ended up with a big-ass case of that nigh undrinkable stuff. So I'm going to be doing a review on that later. You can have your pity for me now, but for now, I am going to be reviewing something fairly good, and that is yet another beer from Beer Camp 2016. This is the Sweet Sunny South Table Beer. Of course, being a table beer, fairly light in ABV, that's 4.9. And this one, obviously, as you can tell from the name, is one with brewers basically from the southern parts of the USA. So, in collaboration with Austin Beer Works, Bayou Tech Brewing, Creature Comforts Brewing Company, Funky Buddha Brewery, and Wicked Weed Brewing. Don't know much about craft brewers from the South, mainly because the South is pretty much the final frontier of craft brewing, along with Utah, obviously enough. So most of the breweries there are fairly new and fairly locally distributed. Nothing like the big East Coast folks and big West Coast folks and big Rocky Mountains folks that export to Hawaii. So it's going to be kind of interesting, especially when we take a look at the beer. Let's read the label on that. You'll see why. This rustic ale features southern twists, including corn grits, tea leaves, and plenty of sweet fruit. Ooh, tea leaves. Tea leaves like, you know, black tea or green tea, not Hawaiian tea leaves. Peaches, papaya, guava, and prickly pear. So a lot of fruit in this. For an easy drinking beer. The South holds strong to its traditional flavors. Tea, honey sweet peaches, and corn grits. So we look to these culinary cues for this southern inspired table beer. With a golden grainy malt body and complex tangy finish from the fruit, tea, and herbs, Sweet Sunny South is perfect for a sultry summer sipper. Or sultry summer sipping. A lot of interesting adjuncts in here. And it's a session beer, and as you know, I well like session beers because they don't wallop you as hard in the head. I'm already slightly walloped because I had a couple of those Bud Light Platinums, and thankfully Bud Light Platinums having no taste means my palate's not spoiled for this, so I can do a review just fine. That's my position, and I'm sticking to it. That's fruity. Light, slightly opalescent yellow with a frothy white head that's somewhat sticky, nicely carbonated. Papaya definitely smells in there. Definitely get big papaya. Kind of herbal grassy scent to it. Lots of tropical fruit, but this tropical fruit is very different from the sort of tropical fruit that you're getting from, you know, an IPA. Like I said, when people say tropical fruit nose on an IPA, I almost immediately go to passion fruit. This one is going to papaya. Definitely peaches. Almost like peach iced tea, I have to say. Head kind of depletes quickly, though. Let's go to the tasting. Ooh, that's nicely refreshing. Nicely juicy. I have to say it's almost shandy-ish in its taste profile, especially in that front. You get quite a bit of tartness in the front. Not a super tartness, not like you know, a sour tartness, but just a fruity tartness that kind of that I associate with shandies. It's not as sweet on the tongue as shandies. It's actually kind of in between. Well, it's not dry, but it's not overly sweet either. It's just right in the middle there, and it's hitting a very nice spot. As for the fruitiness, you know, while shandies have a sort of citrus part to the finish, this one has a very, very unique peachiness to the finish. Malts are definitely there. Very dry, crackery malts. Most of the sweetness is kind of coming from that juiciness. Finish is very complex for a session. A lot of things kind of going on there. Got a little hot bitterness. Not overwhelming at all. It's definitely sort of like the hot bitterness of a golden ale, but adds definite dimension there to that fruit juiciness. There's kind of like tea notes there, but again, the fruit is sort of overwhelming that, so it's more like how I said in the nose, sort of like a peach iced tea. Very refreshing. What I really like about this is how it tilts more to the dry side while still having a lot of very fruity character to it. You know, it's not, and while there's a lot of session IPAs that have very fruity character, of course there's a lot of bitterness. There's not very much bitterness here. It's like a golden ale on its bitterness scale. Yet you're having this very nice fruitiness that's very multidimensional, both as an interplay in the nose and on the palate. Nice crisp bite to it as well. It's not a clean finish, very ale-like, but perfectly good, perfectly fine. I have to say that what I've had so far of the beer camp, I actually like this a little bit better than the stout that I reviewed a little while back. This one is just hitting all the marks for me, really. This is a very interesting beer. It's still sessionable, and you know, it's unique. It's pushing the envelope in regards to adjuncts, in regards to flavor, but it's not overwhelming. It's all nicely balanced. People who like things a little bit more amped up, people who don't really like super fruity notes in their beer, might want to stay away from this. I am completely digging it. If you're someone who likes golden ales, this is definitely something to go towards. Maybe perhaps a little bit less hoppy than your average golden ale, but more than makes up for it with interest in the malts and interest in the sort of fruity notes that the adjuncts are bringing to the table. Don't really know where the corn grits kind of fit in. Maybe that's why it's corn grits probably make it a little bit more crisp, a little bit more dry than using pure barley malts. Nose is just wonderful because it's somewhat unlike the taste on your palate. So while you're drinking it, even while the head's pretty, it's still got pretty good scent to it, even though the head's pretty depleted. You know, you're getting kind of a nice you know, contrast there in between more effervescent up here and what's on your tongue. So Sweet Sunny South from 2016. I'd have to say this is my first unreserved, complete thumbs up from 2016 Beer Camp. Again, while it's available, go out and get it. You'll not see these beers again. These are one time only. All of them very well made. All of them probably going to be within somebody's wheelhouse. Going to really hit their button. This particular one hit my button because, as I say, I'm looking for something a little, as I'm aging, looking for something a little bit more sessionable, a little less walloping on the palate, walloping on the gut, and walloping on the head. And this one definitely fits all three of those criterion, and I'm enjoying it. So, Sweet Sunny South table beer. I like it. Go out and try Sierra Nevada's 2016 Beer Camp while still available. That's all for tonight, folks. Cheers.